Should we open this up the same way? How would we open this?
I don't know.
That's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because we have no... All right. Let's just run it with a regular intro. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to the 3 podcast. I guess this is... We don't know what this is. Honestly, we just getting together.
It don't matter.
We're getting a quick late night episode. It's like
yes, sir.
2:18 in the morning. Niggas is tired. Niggas got headaches. Niggas is fucked up right now. We had a long day.
People are high.
Yeah, we had a long ass day. So,
True shit.
but we just got done watching the Game of Thrones.
Fire.
Season 7, episode 1.
Steven says,
fire.
"Yeah, I'm glad
It
you
was
said
fire.
it." That shit was fire. It was fire.
Yeah.
It was fire.
Nice. And an introduction to me, since I'm, sort of unfamiliar with the entire.
Wait, was this the first episode you watched?
I mean, I've seen a few episodes, maybe, but just
recent?
casually,
Yeah,
but
okay.
not sitting down, invested.
I didn't know that was his very first one.
Yeah. This is he's all new to this.
It's my very first one too.
Yeah, as
For
well.
real?
Yeah, he's all new to
I'm
this,
gonna have
man.
to run it back,
So
man.
it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumped right into season 7.
What was
Something
the point you and Ashley both said at the same time? Oh, this shit just got interesting. Oh,
Was it when he took off the
Pulled his mask
took
off.
off the
That's
mask?
what it
And
was.
it was yeah.
That's when both of y'all was like, hold up, some shit's going down right
Arya
now.
did
Yeah. I was just like,
Arya did that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know
at the
that-
very beginning, bro.
like it took me off guard, and I was just like, holy shit, what is happening here?
Because you know what it was with Game of Thrones, at least for me. You know when you read a book and you don't know there's magic in it?
Yeah.
So even when magic shit happens, I'd be like, what the fuck was that? That didn't make any sense. I'm ignoring the fact that magic in this book might be real.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's how that shit was for me when I first read it, Game of Thrones. I was like, why does weird shit keep happening? Like,
Yeah.
oh, magic is real. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. And then you just kept going. Yeah. And enjoyed it. And you first started off with the books, then
First started off with the books, then jumped
Then
into
the
show.
series.
Well, and then the series, but now the series is past the book, so
yeah.
that's like the biggest transition for everybody that's like a fan. Because
yeah.
now it's like there's
All
no
hell
book,
is loose.
and there's no book to reference anything that we're watching off of.
Yeah. So
And
everything
some
was
of your
shit now, huh?
favorite characters can,
But I
can die.
didn't read any of the books at all, man. I was just straight
Saw the
season.
show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
straight saw the show.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, so you can either watch on HBO Go or you can buy the DVDs, right?
I bought the
You can
Blu-rays.
wa-
I
you
bought
can
the
watch it on
season.
Go.
The Blu-rays,
yeah,
yeah.
Go. Everybody
Yeah, I
watches
did
on
that
Go
shit on
or on demand.
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying to get into it.
Well, I
for
watched
sure.
like the later, like I think I watched the 6th season on Go.
Okay.
But everything
Man.
else
It also freaked me
I
out.
used to use that watchgot.net joint.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That site is fire.
Yeah,
that site is
Yeah,
fire.
I used to use that shit.
No, it also freaked me out too. What are they called? The Night
Night King,
Kings. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that scene when.
the Dead Army.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
all this smoke was coming through the
Oh, I
snow.
missed that scene, man. 'Cause I didn't watch
They
the
had
whole
a,
episode.
the way they
Shit.
shot that
I gotta watch it
episode.
back.
I mean, like with like the long, drawn out, like really quiet parts, or it was just clearly like. It was clearly like sentimental. Like even that scene right there, that was a long scene.
It was a long scene. Yeah, they were just walking. And we're trying to figure out. Wait, what is in the
Bro,
smoke?
I feel like we were waiting a little bit too long.
It feels
Yeah.
really cerebral.
Slightly.
It makes you think a lot. Like,
Yeah.
what's about to happen?
They,
what
I
are
feel
you
like they
about
made
to
us think
Yeah.
for way too long. I was like, what the fuck? Like I know what it is. Just show me it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and then
Like,
finally, when the
Yeah, it's
smoke
like, I
cleared,
know
and
what
then
it
it's just like,
is.
oh shit, and then that big giant ass
the-
dude, you
the
know,
giant,
like,
the giant. Yeah.
I was like, holy
see?
shit.
Zombie.
That's how you know how it's just everywhere, bro. The
Yeah.
giants are everywhere. It's shit's crazy.
No, I definitely
Yeah.
gotta watch it back because I missed like probably like the first 25
Yeah, you were outside.
minutes of this episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But pretty much, we're just gonna be coming. We're just gonna be coming through here at the end of every episode. It'll be up every Monday, the morning after the episode airs.
Actually discussing and shit.
Yeah, we'll go more into depth. Niggas ain't going into depth tonight. You know, it's.
I don't know any names. You
don't
have
know
to give me a break. I
names.
don't know no
Yeah, I
names.
got names.
I just got
I
introduced to this.
Yeah, he's
just
like
I
people
said.
have just watched it tonight. I'm
Yeah.
like fully invested in it.
I know Khaleesi, and that's about it. 'Cause I know the only reason I know her is because she was the breakout star of the whole thing. You know, like she was on the, the talk shows, and
Yeah.
I know about the little dragon. She's in commercials, and So,
Oh yeah, they did have
Yeah,
commercials.
yeah.
And
yeah,
shit.
yeah. So they were
Took it
blowing
everywhere.
Khaleesi up. So that's
They
how
were.
I knew of Khaleesi. Yeah.
We see- Yo, oh yeah, we could talk Ed Sheeran.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah. He had a
Yeah.
whole scene, like,
Ed Sheeran.
real, like,
Ed Sheeran.
Like, what the
bro.
fuck is he
Like a
doing
real-
there?
What the fuck?
Hearing this guy singing.
He started singing. First off, I was like, okay, he's singing a little.
Whoever's
soft
singing
to be this
has a
hard.
nice voice. Yeah,
Right.
it was like okay.
I don't know.
It was a pleasant voice. 'Cause it was
Yeah,
like, oh
like,
yeah,
who's
it
singing?
was.
Whoever that is.
I
has
was
a
like, I
nice
don't know
voice.
if I can like trust him to be as vicious as he sounds. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Man, when he popped up, I didn't recognize that was him. Y'all said it immediately.
yeah.
And
that's-
then I
that's
was
Ed
like,
Sheeran.
what the fuck? That is Ed Sheeran. What the hell are you doing in here, bro? That is like the craziest. That's
I'm
kind of
in love with the Game of
But it
Thrones.
was still like a good scene though. Like
Yeah,
he
it was
didn't do bad
still,
or
but
nothing.
it was kind of crazy.
It was
I
a
was
little
like,
part.
man, whose soldiers were those? I couldn't tell whose soldiers were those.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't
guess
tell
the
any
Queen,
animal. It looked like Lannister
Yeah,
uniforms.
Like Lannisters,
but-
and especially
So
when
many
Arya
moving
said
parts
that
of the
during when
series.
she was like,
I don't know, it's so weird.
She said she's gonna kill her.
Yeah, but
They all
this is the
looked at
thing.
it
They,
like-
none of them got offended when they said that.
They like laughed
Yeah.
it
They
off.
all laughed, but
They
she was
like-
like, "I'm actually serious."
Yeah.
Like in
Yeah.
her head, she's like,
But then I don't think that she
Yeah.
even clarified that afterwards. I think she
wasn't
just left
supposed
it
to,
at a
'cause she
joke.
realized that I
Yeah.
think that's what they meant
when
for it. It's
the
like,
way they do this leaves you thinking.
yeah, but I feel like that's how they meant for it to be.
Yeah.
Man, Ed
Yeah,
Sheeran
she's
getting
thinking
checks
right.
everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
what that check was like.
So man,
Ridiculous.
and I wonder if he had to keep that secret. You know, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they had to. They had
Yeah.
to. But you know what the thing is with Game of Thrones? Like, I'm in groups where, like, behind the scenes photos will get taken and leaked online. So, like, it'll be a scene, and all the fans are looking at it like, okay, I know what's going to happen in that scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's clear to
Yeah.
us because we know how the world works or whatever. But, like, yeah, they be leaking, like, pictures. So I'm surprised they kept that one under wraps.
Yeah,
Unless-
yeah, yeah. And he's been doing talk shows and all that stuff
been
since
doing- he been doing regular
advertising
stuff,
his
yeah.
being a Breakfast Club, advertising his album and stuff like
yeah.
that, and just didn't
Nothing.
think to bring it up because
Nothing.
we didn't think that he's going to
Damn,
be
that's
on
crazy.
Game of Thrones.
That is like a good, like, that is kind of cool how they put, like,
Nice
a
shock surprise.
and somebody, like, a pop culture
Yeah,
person.
that means everybody,
in the first
including his
episode.
fans, and you know, like everybody. That means everybody had the same reaction that we did
Everybody
last
did.
night.
You're
Like
right,
when
you're
it, when
right.
it
That's true.
originally aired, they were like, Ed
Is that
Sheeran.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I
Everybody-
bet
And
you,
they're probably
Wait,
the
no.
people who talk about this. They're probably gonna be like, "What was Ed Sheeran doing?"
bro, it was
Game
so
of
random
Thrones,
because that was
Yeah.
pretty soon in the episode too. That was like 15 minutes in, so you're like, what the fuck, Ed Sheeran?
Oh, so I only missed like 15 minutes. That's
Was
all
it like?
that shit.
Yeah, it wasn't long in
Okay,
there,
okay.
and it was just like, oh shit, what's up, Ed Sheeran? But like,
you said that to the TV. What's up, man?
It's a little extra.
Yeah,
then that shit was kind of weird, man. But that is cool how they did that on an opening night, like tonight.
Yeah.
So opening, you know, or
I was gonna
last
ask, do they usually have a celebrity
night.
guests?
Oh no, this is the first time.
So this
man.
is the
Yeah.
first time. Wow. I wonder. Well, then I
think
wonder
the
how.
The anticipation's been so high, they just got to keep up.
I could ask you this question as well, but I wonder how diehard fans will feel about that. You know,
Now-
because to the whole up to this point, if there's been no celebrity guests, it's
No,
just
it hasn't.
Game
It
of
has
Thrones. This world
That's
is
it.
separate from our world, and then, holy shit, there's a pop star in this. I
That
wonder
is
how
true.
are they going to take that
Now-
lightly or?
Now I don't know because I can see that makes
Because
so
then they
much,
could be like,
that
what
makes
else?
so much.
Ariana
Now,
Grande, what the fuck is she doing?
There's 100% going to be definitely a population of people that are like, no, fuck that. Don't you dare put these pop
Yeah.
culture figures
Yeah.
in my goddamn show. This is my
Yeah,
life.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But then I don't mind it. But if they get carried away with it,
That's
what
what
if
I'm wondering if it's going to be a
if they
trend.
get carried away,
We don't know
with
who's
it-
in the second episode.
We don't. We got 9 episodes left. They
Fucking
could
Justin
drop,
Bieber in a
they could
robe.
drop- yeah, they could drop
What the
like
fuck?
They can't,
just 3
you know.
more super popular people, and I'd be
Yeah,
like, all right, this
at
is
that
corny,
point,
my nigga.
Yeah, at that point, it gets real corny.
And at least, and I'm glad they put him in like a regular role, like a soldier,
A small role. It was
super.
a small.
Even though he was talking, so he clearly had lines.
He had like 2 lines.
He was clearly
He
not
had 2
like,
lines. He passed shit a lot.
Yeah.
So,
He
but
did,
that was
he
it.
did.
And
He
like
just-
looked and shit.
Here's,
Like,
Yeah.
here's some drink.
Like,
So
clear
it
cut.
won't matter if his character goes off because there's been hundreds of soldiers that we've seen throughout these 7 seasons that we've never seen again. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, I'm laughing at about like episode 8. Ed Sheeran becomes the leader of the crew that has to take down the
the
show.
show
What the
at that
fuck?
point,
They make him the star.
at that point, the whole brand dies. The brand dies at that point. Game of Thrones is no longer
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same.
Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran is the savior of the fucking.
All of a sudden, they're in it for the check. At
Yeah.
that point, you're like, all right, this show, my favorite show's done.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
That should be
Because
terrible.
we need to start from episode 1. We just need to get started. Episode 1.
Yeah.
Make our way through the series.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all got a lot. And it's 10.
Yeah, I gotta watch. Yeah,
How much
that's
these?
hour
10
long-
10 episodes
hour-long
every-
episodes, man.
Oh, so only
It's gonna
10.
take a minute.
10,
So-
out-
Take a
10
little
episodes
while,
every
man.
season.
So
yup.
10 weeks.
Spread that
Yup.
shit out.
Yeah.
10 weeks.
Yep.
And
By the time
hour long
season
each.
8 will be out.
Yeah.
For real, that shit might be on 9.
I
But
thought
yeah.
that the episode was shorter than I thought it was. I mean, it was an hour and 8 minutes, but it felt shorter. Maybe because I was just invested in what
Yeah,
was going
yeah.
on.
And then that 8 minutes was probably it was the credits and the
And then the
behind
bonus.
the
yeah.
bonus thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it probably came to an hour. I don't know. But
Every
probably,
episode has a bonus afterwards.
Everyone. Yep.
Okay.
Everyone.
All
That
right,
shit
then
is
it
fire.
gives you more clarity on the episode.
Bro, it's so
before-
dope because they'll show you how they shot the scene,
Yeah.
man. It's so
Yeah.
dope. So
Yeah.
dope. and then explain why they did it. Behind the scenes on this season is gonna be even more interesting because, well, I don't know. They don't seem to be approaching it with the we know the books aren't out swag, but this is what we decided to do. They're not approaching it with that energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna be done with the books.
Huh?
You think they're gonna be done with the books?
Man, don't nobody know when that nigga gonna finish, bro. Right, he been writing these books since the '80s, dog. They're still not done. We can't wait on him.
Yeah,
we can't wait on him.
That's basically what's happening right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I want to wait. I want to, but hey, I got to get this fixed.
Yeah, because he clearly has an artist
He's
story.
taking his sweet time.
Yeah.
He's taking his sweet time.
if
And he had to tell them what
the
direction.
imagination
It was.
flow.
Yeah, if for him to like create something like that's so
You
deep,
can't,
so
you
crazy.
can't rush
like,
that. That's
they
a
can,
work
like,
of art.
It's not very often that like a book can turn into like a show,
Yeah.
a series, and be as successful as it
It's
is.
Yeah.
like
As
flown
it is.
so well together.
Hey, when
So it's like that just shows that it's like that's some good artistry. Like
Yeah.
When Star Wars first started, the movies, all the books were out, right?
It's not based on the book.
It's not. It's just
Nope.
a fucking movie.
George Lucas came up with the
That's
idea and made the movie.
Are you fucking kidding me? Damn. Don't it seem like the really good and
It's-
detailed ideas?
Yeah,
have to
like
be from
Lord
a
of the
book?
Rings.
Yeah,
Yeah, based it
yeah,
off a
yeah.
book. You know.
Yeah, you feel like something that powerful has to be based on books. This dude just thought
Just
of it.
movies.
Yeah, like
Star
Inception
Wars is
or
what I'm
something.
saying. I'm not
yeah.
a big Star Wars fan. I know the names of everybody for the most part, but I
Yeah.
don't know their
I know
story.
Star Trek definitely has books.
Oh, it does?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
I don't.
I mean, I know it was a
I
show.
watched Star Trek
Yeah.
the first time when they came out with that first movie. When was that shit? Like 2012 or something?
The first
Star Trek
of the new
Yes,
ones,
Yeah.
Star Trek.
2009.
2009. Damn,
Yeah.
that was a little
Back
early.
in
I
like the
thought.
70s and 60s,
So, yeah.
there was like the Star Trek show,
Mhm.
and there was the books, and then there was the movies that are coming out now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
the
okay.
old
Kinda
movies.
just piece it
Mm.
off.
They took too
Yeah, I never
long.
watched that shit.
They spaced those movies out crazy, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like 4 years between them shits. So.
Well, I think that before these new Star Trek, I remember like 2002 was the last of like the original crew that we knew. Like you know,
Yes.
you had Patrick Stewart and you know
The classics.
yeah.
Yeah.
The classic ones. And then you know, of course, in 2009 they like rebooted the whole thing. They're all young now. you know?
Yep. Which was fire.
I like that. I really like that first one,
Man, that was-
especially.
That's a good movie.
How was
I
the
really
first
like
time I
that
saw
one.
Star Trek,
You didn't
I
like
was
the
Yeah.
second
oh,
one, though,
this
I'm
shit's
assuming,
dope.
right?
Yeah.
And that's why I watched the-
Into Darkness. Yeah, that was fine too. But I like
think I
the
watched that in 3D. I didn't like it because like
Yeah.
lately anything I watch in 3D, I just end up not liking, bro.
3D gives me a headache.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
the Avatar
Everything
movie
gives
they
me-
had with the 3D
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
that shit was vicious on 3D. But they filmed it like that. The rest of the
Yeah.
shit they don't always film. in
Oh
3D.
yeah.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
they
So,
when
like,
it's not filmed in 3D,
yeah,
it's like
man, that
what
shit
the
is a
fuck?
waste, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to
That
be.
shit's
They
garbage.
got to have certain angles.
But yo, cut back to Star Wars.
Garbage, bro.
You guys see Rogue One? Rogue
Yeah.
One was incredible, and like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched that one.
man,
Yeah, I saw that one.
But like the way that ends
Mhm.
is like wow, it's a dark ending. It's like basically
But it connects right to the first, the fourth
it's between
episode,
the
episode
third and the
4.
fourth.
Yeah.
It's what
See,
connects-
That's so
That's
confusing.
confusing.
Yeah.
Isn't that
The
Yeah,
numbers
and-
came
isn't-
afterwards. They
That's
didn't
what I'm
start
saying.
off
This
doing
shit-
that.
That's just
Four,
always
five,
been
oh,
confusing
really?
me.
Episode 4 is the first Star Wars movie.
ever made.
That's okay.
A New
right.
Hope.
But it
they
wasn't
started-
called Episode 4 when it first came out in
what was it
1977.
called? What was it
It
called?
was just
Star
called New
Wars.
Hope. Star Wars: New
boom.
Hope.
So
No,
what-
not even a New
was
Hope.
The next, but was the next one called
Star
Episode 5,
Wars.
though?
It was just
Was
called
the next
Star
one
Wars.
called Episode 5. The one after that, did they just call the next one Episode 5?
Like,
Did they
it
make chronological
basically-
after that.
No, but now that's the way they have it.
When the new movies came out, like Episode 1,
Yeah.
then they went back and started giving
That was like
the
prequel
first.
shit.
Yeah.
right.
The
Oh.
prequels started the number trend. The episode.
That's what started the number trend, but the rest of them weren't numbered.
Yeah.
at
It
all.
was just Star Wars, and then Star Wars, the
Then
The
Star
Emperor
Wars
Strikes
2,
Back,
or
and
they-
then
or
Star
they had
Wars: Return of the
Okay, they
Jedi.
had like another subtitle, subheading or whatever.
Yeah.
Later.
Now it's like
Alright.
Episode 4, A New Hope.
Basically,
Yeah.
Right,
They
okay.
added
Alright.
New Hope.
God damn, bro,
1,
that
2,
shit
3,
is.
and then they
It's
make
confusing.
It's so
man, but
deep,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
It's
every
so.
time somebody tries to explain it, I'm like, I don't know.
Basically, it's like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Now they're making 7, 8, 9.
Yes.
And then they
Mm.
had the one that the Rogue I was talking about. So between
Rogue One.
3 and 4. It was
So
between 3 and 4.
it's Star Wars is like it. It's almost like blowing out so much. Like so much of it is coming out. Yeah. Like,
Bottom line is Disney did buy it. Disney
Oh.
did buy Star Wars. So
you're right. You're right.
Disney
yeah.
bought it.
7, 8, 9 are under
Oh.
Disney.
Oh.
Disney
Yeah.
influence, sphere of influence. You know.
So
Yeah,
wrap
yeah.
on that
Disney bought
series.
everything.
I'm over here looking for my phone. I forgot I had that shit on.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were
yeah.
charging. No,
But,
but no, I was gonna say one of the clever things that they did, like remember in the behind the scenes of Game of Thrones when they were explaining Khaleesi coming back. I like
Yes.
how he was explaining that for people who have been there from the very beginning, they're gonna understand how touching that moment is of her coming back home.
That is very true. That's very true.
No,
yeah.
because while I was watching it, I was noticing that there's no dialogue, nobody's speaking, and it's quiet. And then her last line is like,
Shall we begin?
Shall we begin?
Yep.
And then the episode ends. But then he gave more clarity to someone who's new like me. The reason why there is no dialogue is because it has to have that special moment for her coming back.
I was in that silent moment. I was completely okay with it.
Because you understood.
I understood
why
how
it's a big
powerful it
deal.
is. Yeah, because it's like she has not been there since she was literally an infant. So it's like now she been through all this bullshit across the world. She's coming back with the whole army to take back the land that her family is supposed to have.
Yeah, so that was well done.
Yeah, they
well
did
done.
that. They did
Now
that.
that I know, like,
Even the way
why
they
they did
introduced
that.
the parts of the castle, that was
Yeah.
Oh, that
the
was
way they
interesting.
introduced parts of the castle. Like first,
Look
the
at the
boats.
Great Wall.
Yeah, first the boats, then the sand,
And
then they opened it, and then it was like the Great Wall of, then it was like the Great Wall of China, and then they went inside to like, then they presented the main
throne room
room,
and shit.
the throne room,
Yeah.
and then when they came back again, they had the, and then inside of the war room, the planning room,
That where they finish it off.
yeah, where they finish it.
I
That was
watching,
ill,
they got, like,
bruh.
the pawns on the table and shit, like fold over and all this.
Shall
shit.
we begin?
All fucked up.
Yeah.
So that castle's abandoned now.
Man.
Pretty
Okay.
much, because Stannis died. But I mean, pretty much, yeah, we're 60 minutes in. We're not going to go too deep in today.
60.
16.
Oh,
Yeah, but
boy,
we're not
I
going to
was
go
You're
too
gone.
deep. Yeah, we're not going to go too deep today, but we're going to put these out. There'll be more in detail when niggas, motherfuckers is tired, man.
Yeah.
They had a long day.
Well, look, we had a show before we did this.
we did
you had a
actual-
performance.
a straight up performance.
Next weekend is going to be different. We could watch it exactly when it
On
airs.
time.
So
yeah, everything.
by the
will be-
time it's done, it's 10 p.m.
exactly.
You know?
It's normal
It's-
people time.
Yeah, It's
The fact
like
that
going
the-
to 3 a.m. right now. So it's like we look exactly what we're like supposed to look like. Right?
Pretty much. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
we just have
accurate.
to we just have to stress on what time and what led us to this
Yeah.
time. The only reason,
But this is the only time it'll happen unless you have a performance,
exactly.
before.
I don't think
like,
so
yeah.
because it's like I'm
So-
not even performing that often. I'm performing like once a month or once every 6 weeks right now. Anyway, like
Yeah.
I'm not really going hard like this. We're not gonna have this problem.
Yeah, so
It's
this
just
is
so
a one-time
crazy how
occurrence.
that the show that I had to do tonight landed on the same night the Game of Thrones
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's just kind of weird and coincidental, like
Yeah.
that it would, because like Lord knows I would have been on it the moment. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
But
yeah. So
yeah.
one-time occurrence. Don't worry about it, folks.
It's all right. We just got to introduce y'all to us.
The
Anyway.
next ones I'm sure it'll be longer.
This is called the Thru Podcast. I haven't really created like a spinoff name yet. I'll have to. I'll obviously have. Yeah.
Shit.
Game of Thrones series.
Game of Thrones recap.
Game of Thrones recap.
Three Oak.
Episode. Three Oak recaps.
Yeah.
Some shit. But
Yeah.
just gotta have Game of Thrones in there somewhere too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll figure it out by the morning when it gets loaded on YouTube. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It
When you
will
have
be-
no choice, you have to figure out
When
that title.
when you have a choice and the title needs to be figured out.
It will come.
Yeah, it's gonna come. It has to come. There's no other. There's no choices. But
Recaps.
Yeah.
3-0 caps.
yeah,
Three
some
Oak
I don't
Caps,
know.
Yeah, 3-0.
But yeah,
we'll
we gonna-
find out. Chances are, by the time you're watching this, we figured it out.
Exactly. And then
So up there, yeah, we did it. So we figured it out.
Beautiful. I see what you did.
so we're gonna be seeing y'all every week. We just wanted to introduce ourselves this week. This is the
Yeah.
Three Oak Podcast. Me and Shane and I host a weekly podcast in the Raleigh area. He's a director. I'm an artist, and we do podcast hosting at the same time.
Watch our regular podcasts if you're just
Regular-
watching the Game of Thrones one.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to follow us during Game of Thrones this year, during these next 10 weeks, and what we're actually doing outside of Game of Thrones, the regular episodes.
Yeah,
So
we
it'll-
interview people.
interview people. We just started that.
Yeah.
It's all fresh, people. Look, you're
Yeah.
coming in the beginning. This is the perfect time to come.
Yeah, you feel like
You're
me coming
buying,
into.
you want to buy it early. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
this is
real
business.
shit.
If it's a business, you want to be in on the ground
this
floor.
Is where you predict where your money's gonna go.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like me coming into Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, at the end of 10 weeks, you're like, you know what? I kind of fuck with them.
Yeah, I fuck.
I
with
fuck
it.
with
you're
them.
gonna fuck
Yeah.
with it, man. You're gonna
Yeah.
fuck with it 100%.
That's pretty much how it's going.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, so we're gonna see y'all next week. We'll see y'all twice a week for the next 10 weeks. But all right, peace.
Yeah.